Hey guys, it's RJ. We're going to be checking out this box that I got from my buddy's house. It's supposed to be a Scottish malt whiskey kit for tastings. Buddy already had used a little bit of it, so one of the vials is completely empty, but I got 2 samples in here and a couple glasses, so we're going to check out this kit, what all comes in it. It's got these pull tabs, so you can pull the tab out. Pulls this whole tray out. Pull this whole second tray out. I've already got this thing preloaded, so we got some fresh water for our adding water to our mix right there. Got a little dropper so we can put our water in there. It comes with 2 little glens and this little pour. We probably won't use the pour today because it takes a lot of room, but it's glass, it's heavy, it's got like a big weighted bottom, so it's pretty fancy, pretty nice. Nice little cutout. Might actually use this for doing blinds if we have like some head-to-heads. I can put samples in the bottles in here. I'll clean the bottles and take the labels off, and then we'll have our glens and we'll have a way to pour and add water if we choose to do that. It's got this little insert here, and it's got a whole bunch of tasting notes on the back. So it talks about picking the right glass, get ready to write so you can have a notebook to take observations down, using your nose for smell, tasting it, and then adding water to change the taste, because some of these were very high proofs. They're like cask strengths and stuff. The highest proof one, unfortunately, is empty, so I don't have it with me right now. Then on the back, we got some different flavors and tasting notes. So spicy and dry, deep, rich, and dried fruits, old and dignified, young and spiritly. It's got a whole bunch of them. You just have to read through the card. I'm not going to sit here and read them all. But then as you go down that list, it has some different flavors that you might taste underneath them. So example of like spicy and dry, you might have toasted coconut, clove, rum and raisin, tree bark, chili chocolate. So a bunch of different notes based off of what you think you might be tasting. And this is kind of cool because I feel like it doesn't apply just to Scotch, but almost anything you drink on giving you a description on what you would say something tastes like. So that's pretty cool. It does have a book. We got a little book here. They got some writing in here where they kind of rated it. They got 1 through 11, I guess, and they kind of just rated it how they thought. They did all of them in here. So if you want to have a little journal so you can kind of take down what you're tasting, that's pretty cool. Then we have our 2 samples, because like I said, that third one was empty, but we do have the bottle. I do plan to take the labels off these bottles and reuse them bottles. This first one, it's a 9-year age, and the second one's an 8-year age. The 9-year age one is 58.2% alcohol. I have no idea how to pronounce this, but Society Cask number 68.46 is the bottle. And then the second one is 108.25 for the Society Cask. It's a 65.9% alcohol too. They're both single malt whiskeys, so we'll give them a try. Got 2 little glasses so we can pour up a sample of each. I think they had probably like 11 or 12 people that were doing tastings when they were doing these, so I guess I should keep the bottle with them so I know which one's which. Otherwise I'll mix them up myself. Not doing a blind, just tasting them. We got our little water here too, so we'll pop the top on this so we have it ready. Oh, I don't trust that, it might fall over. We'll keep the top on until we're ready for it. And I'll keep our dropper ready. So let's start with this one over here. You can see a color difference in these two. This one's very, very light, almost like a white wine color. This one's got a little bit more yellowing and darkness to it, so it smells nice. Although the scent is kind of muted, it's hard to pick up anything. It's like it has this sweet smell to it, but it's not very strong. Viscosity, it's a little bit of a coat to the glass, but it's very light, hard to tell. So I'm not sure. I know Major Zero's not here to harass me and talk me through how to do this, but his rule of thumb was, as far as letting these sit and open up, if you go off the year, so it's a 9-year, then you should wait about 9 minutes, but we're not going to be waiting 9 minutes to try these. This would be a really long video. I'd have to do a lot of cutting and editing to speed that up to get some different notes. This one definitely smells more peated. A lot of smoke coming off of it. This one's an 8-year one. It says Gets Your Blood Pumping is the name of this one. So this one actually does have a name. Oh, so smoky's not really my favorite, so maybe we'll switch it up and go to this one first. Yeah, this one now, like, it has a little bit more of a nose than I smelled this. It is a little smoky too, but a lot less extreme on the smoke, the peat. So let's give this one a taste. Wow, it's got some peat behind it. Spicy, smoky, Bloody Mary cocktail. Heavily diluted, still a phenomenal party. This was a real bruiser. Yeah, with no dilution, that's pretty rough. That's really smoky. The only Scotch that I can compare this one to as far as what I've tasted is I do have a bottle of Johnny Walker Gold Label Reserve, and that one tastes like nothing but smoke. This one's not quite that way, but it's pretty close. So we're gonna get our little dropper and we're gonna add some water. So we're just gonna add 1-2 drops. We'll see if that 2-little dropper thing actually works as far as changing the flavor profile. I heard it helps open it up, and the dilution helps change that flavor profile, and it's almost instantly. But we'll let it sit for a second, and we'll come over here and try this one. So once again, I said I'm not too sure how to pronounce this. Un Melange European. It looks like it's written in another language. It's got the little emphasis above the E's. So this one's supposed to be notes of butter, croissants, custard over Belgian gingerbread. There's a cake, apricot, baked pear. It's a European mix. We'll see if we get any of those notes. So it is peated, it is smoky, but I do actually taste that apricot flavor, that sweet flavor. Maybe it is the butter croissant too that I'm getting. We'll go ahead and add some water to this one too. We'll go 2. Let those sit for a minute. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, please take the time to hit that like button. Leave a comment. Positive or negative comments is still a comment. The more comments I get, the more likes I get, the more views I can get. Gotta work with that YouTube algorithm. If you guys like Scotch, please comment down below Scotch and what Scotch you might want me to try next. I have access to quite a few different bottles in my area, so I don't mind going out and buying some. We'll have to set a budget because I know some of you guys might go crazy and want to go after that bottle that I showed you guys in that bourbon hunt video where they had a Glenfiddich 50-year for $45,000, and we're not going that big, but maybe like a Glenfiddich 18-year or Oban 14. Not really my thing, but we could pick one of those up. Or one of my favorites that I tried recently was a Balvenie 14. But we're not really into too much Scotch. But I plan on switching these over and taking the labels off. We're going to use them for bourbon. So when I go over to a friend's house that's never really had any kind of whiskey before, we'll pick a lower proofer and a high proofer, or maybe we'll get 2 that are very similar and see if they can tell the differences and give me their take on their tasting notes and what they're smelling. All right, this one's been sitting for a little bit, so we're gonna come back to this now that we've added some water. We'll give this one a try and see how it is. Don't mind me looking over at my monitor. This is just so I have a screen recording, make sure everything's in frame and everything's working smoothly. We're trying to give you guys some better content, running our videos in 4K and making sure we have the professional video mode turned on. Working on the audio. If any of the audio is bad, please let me know in the comments, and we can probably invest in getting a lapel mic so we can sound better. And I also don't mind doing voiceovers, but if I do voiceovers for a video, I don't want to be speaking like I am now, because trying to line up a voiceover with my voice, it's going to just be very contradictory. You're going to see my mouth moving and words aren't going to be matching up. So we'll try our best to do one or the other when it comes to audio. Oh wow. So it's still heavy smoke, but just 2 drops of water. Open that up. Starting to get some other notes on it. Oh, what does it say I'm supposed to taste though? Wow. Yeah, that spicy, smoky Bloody Mary I'm not a Bloody Mary person, but that's exactly what I'm getting, is that spice from it. It's, yeah, whew. That's got some heat to it. I don't know if I like this one or if I'll continue sampling that one, but let's add a couple more drops. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll let that open up some more while we go over to this one now. And oh, I hope I'm not messing up my palate too by going back and forth between the two, but I'm trying to do like a spit rinse so I can clear my throat. Oh yeah, this is just super savory and sweet. It still is peated. You can still taste the smoke even though it's been opened up, but the flavor profile, that butter croissants that they decided, I don't know about the custards over a Belgian gingerbread. Maybe it does have a gingerbread taste to it, but it's very, very mute. The cake, I don't taste at all. Apricot though, it also says baked pear, so the fruitiness is coming out of this one, and the smoke is masking some of that fruit, but it's enough to lighten it to where it's not just all peated. Oh, let's add some water, more water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. So both of these now have 7 drops. We'll let them sit for a minute. Maybe I can do a little swirl. I don't know if you're supposed to do the little swirl for Scotch or not. People even say for bourbon it's hit or miss on whether that gives them too much air or not enough air, or if it just doesn't really do anything to change the flavor at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about doing a little swirl where you coat the glass and try to get it to aerate. Does it work for you? Does it not? Yeah, you can see it lightening up too because I've added the water, but you can't really tell the difference, so it's pretty mixed in there. I'm sure if you let it sit for a long time, it might even separate from that water. Yeah, the smoke's a lot less muted. It's not what I would be drinking, but if you guys are into those peated ones, maybe this is something you can look into. It's called Gets Your Blood Pumping. If you look up Society Cask number 108.25, it's an 8-year-old single malt Scotch. Maybe you can find it. Not really sure where my buddy found this. Apparently his cousin gave it to him and they used it as a big sampler. Where'd that notepad go? And they had a group of guys over. They had, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people over. So they had 10 people over for that first one, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 people for that second one, and then another 15. So no wonder that first one was out, because it looks like this first one was their sample 3. Then they did sample 2, and it looks like they went to sample 1. And when they went to that one, they all have a lot of ratings on here. But man, they must have drank a lot of them. All right, let's give this one a shot again. Pretty interesting flavor profile on that one. Now I can start tasting that pear and that gingerbread flavor they're talking about. So it took seven drops of water for me to have this one open up. I mean, I'm sure if I waited longer too, it would open up over time, but I'm impatient. I was told I should probably take my time and do a slow one on this, but I don't want to waste your guys' time when we're making a video. If we're going to make a video, let's be straight. Let's be to the point. Let's get in there. Let's try something new together, and let's see how we like it. Hopefully you guys value that. I value your time. Hopefully you can value mine, and we can make some good content. If you guys have any suggestions on what you want to see next, I have tons of bottles. I'm looking at doing some more reviews, but we want to make the reviews a little bit more interesting, so maybe we can do some flights and blinds. So if you guys want to see that, maybe I'll drop a link in the description to an Excel spreadsheet. It'll have a list of all the bottles that I currently own, whether they're open or sealed, and we can crack them open. Thank you guys for watching. Scotch content is coming your way if you'd like to see it. If you want to see less of the Scotch content, please just leave it in the comments, and we can go back to bourbon and be a little bit more harsh on the bourbon videos. So just let me know what you guys think. Thank you for tuning in with RJ. You guys have a good day.